Imagine this. You're working on your laptop when a pop-up suggestion grabs your attention. It's a recommendation, an intelligent guess by an unseen entity about what you might need.
That's AI, isn't it? At work trying to make our day-to-day lives more efficient.
Exactly, Jiwoo. Or picture yourself driving to work. Your car's GPS calculates the fastest route by considering real-time traffic. Who's doing that thinking? AI. It's integrated into our lives in such subtle ways, it's not always obvious. But its fundamental goal remains the same: enhancing human capability and efficiency.
You sure it's not trying to take over the world, Chris? Kidding, of course. But it does feel like we're living in some sci-fi reality, doesn't it?
In a way, we are. Even in our professional lives, AI is a significant force. As an engineer, I use it to solve complex problems, and Jiwoo, in your designs, you employ AI to optimize product functionality, right?
Yes, AI can be instrumental in streamlining the design process. But not just that, in automating various tasks too, from data collection to sending reminders.
And Olivia, as a content developer and marketer, AI plays a big role in your work as well.
Absolutely. AI tools help us to gather audience insights, automate campaigns, and even predict trends. It's reshaping the creative landscape.
In short, we're riding the wave of an AI revolution, which is enhancing our functionality, improving our efficiency, and reshaping our world in ways that were unimaginable until a few decades ago.
So, to make sense of how AI integrates into our day-to-day lives, we first need to understand what AI is. In simplest terms, artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that attempts to understand the essence of intelligence and produce a new intelligent machine that can respond in a way similar to human intelligence.
Right, Jiwoo. It's interesting to compare AI to human intelligence because while we humans learn from experience, AI can leverage vast amounts of data to learn, analyze, predict, and operate.
And it distinguishes itself from machine intelligence, which is typically program-based, inflexible, and task-specific. AI, on the other hand, aims to be flexible and broadly applicable.
Exactly. But it's important to note that the concept of AI is not universally defined. Many entities and organizations provide their own interpretations. For instance, some definitions emphasize the aspect of learning processes, pointing out that AI systems can improve their output or performance on a task over time. Others focus on the cognitive characteristics, for instance, the ability to understand, infer, predict, or apply knowledge.
Given these numerous definitions, I suppose it's up to us to decide which one we relate with the most depending on our interpretation of what intelligence fundamentally constitutes. Don't you think?
It certainly is. Understanding that AI isn't a monolith but a spectrum of technologies, capabilities, and potential applications could be the key to deciphering its possible futures.
So, Jiwoo, you touched on flexibility in AI, which reminds me of my favorite art form, abstract expressionism. It's adaptable, evolving with the artist's emotions, just as how AI learns and evolves.
That's a fascinating analogy, Olivia. In my line of work, AI is like a well-designed chair. It's created with purpose, attention to the user, and flexibility to adapt to different people's needs. Similarly, AI is designed to carry out specific tasks, with the user in mind and with the ability to adapt to various scenarios.
Right, those analogies capture some integral aspects of AI. Now, to continue with our journey, let's introduce the Turing test, which fundamentally aimed to answer the question, can machines think? The foundation of the Turing test was simple. In a blind test, if a person couldn't distinguish between responses from a machine and a human, the machine was considered intelligent.
So the machine would need to replicate human-like responses. Sort of like how a skilled artist replicates the subtle dance of light and shadows.
Or in product design terms, the machine would have to mimic the functionality, and preferably the efficiency of human intelligence. That's truly something to ponder upon. So Chris, did any machines pass the Turing test?
Great question, Jiwoo. The Turing test has indeed been passed by several machines, sparking debates amongst AI enthusiasts. The test, however, has its limitations and critics argue that it doesn't necessarily measure a machine's understanding, but rather its ability to mimic human responses. Continuing with the Turing test, The idea emerged from the legendary scientist Alan Turing's 1950 paper, Computing Machinery and Intelligence. Now, this work didn't just ignite the AI theory, it also brought forth a thought experiment that we now know as the Turing test.
Ah, can machines think? Right? That simple yet profound question.
Exactly. Turing set the stage with this hypothetical scenario, which basically involved a machine attempting to pass as human. It was an automated imitation game, aimed to blur the lines between human intelligence and artificial intelligence.
The philosophical implications of such a challenge are astounding. Could a machine ever truly replicate the nuances of human thought?
That's a debate for another time. Now, let me introduce the Dartmouth Conference of 1956. It's regarded as the birthplace of AI as a field of study. Dartmouth assembled a visionary team who believed that every aspect of learning or any other feature of intelligence can in principle be so precisely described that a machine can be made to simulate it, concealing complex mathematical algorithms and large data sets.
So the Dartmouth Conference kind of laid out the grand mission of AI?
In terms of design, it must have been like outlining the blueprint for a marvel that's yet to be built. Exciting, indeed.
Well said, Jiwoo. In essence, Dartmouth set many AI research paradigms in motion. As to whether we're close to achieving that mission, I'd say we're on the way, but still have quite a journey ahead.
Pivoting from the Dartmouth Conference, it's fascinating how technology took the concepts introduced there and brought us to where we are today. However, it wasn't an easy journey. The evolution of AI came with its fair share of struggles, right, Chris?
That's right, Jiwoo. There were actually two significant AI winters, where funding and interest in the field plummeted due to inflated expectations and technological limitations. But when we look back now, those periods of stagnation were just a prelude to the AI revolution we're witnessing now.
And speaking of revolutions, I think one of the defining moments for AI came when IBM's Deep Blue beat the world chess champion, Garry Kasparov, in 1997. That was when AI truly came into the spotlight, showing us it could outperform even the best human minds in complex tasks.
Spot on, Olivia. That victory was a landmark moment, not just for AI, but for the tech industry as a whole. It marked the beginning of a new era where automation wasn't just limited to assembly lines. Back then, it was a wake-up call for many sectors, including my own, to start exploring AI's potential.
Then there's the sensation created by Google's AlphaGo, which shouldn't be overlooked. The breakthrough it achieved in 2016 by defeating Go champion Lee Sedol was pivotal. The game of Go was considered to be the ultimate test of AI's strategic thinking.
Yes, the victory of AlphaGo was another milestone, highlighting the power of machine learning. In fact, AlphaGo was not explicitly programmed with strategies. Instead, it learned by playing millions of games against itself. These breakthrough moments demonstrate just how far we've journeyed since Dartmouth. So, Jiwoo, speaking of revolutions, it's deep learning that sparked our current AI dynamic, right?
Absolutely, Chris. Deep learning is a breakthrough technique where artificial neural networks, modeled after our human brain, learn from vast amounts of data. While a common human brain has neurons connected via axon, in a similar vein, artificial neural networks have nodes.
Spot on, Jiwoo. And yet, despite such an amazing concept, the AI field wasn't always a hotbed of innovation. It had its share of cold spells, or what we experts call AI winters.
That's right, Chris. There were in fact two significant AI winters in history, where funding and interest in the field drastically dropped due to inflated expectations and technological limitations.
Exactly, Jiwoo. But the AI winters were just the calm before the storm. If we consider the IBM's Deep Blue event and Google's AlphaGo victory as wake-up calls, deep learning was the alarm clock that jolted the field into a running sprint.
Well put, Chris. It's like a phoenix ascending from the ashes. These innovations reveal just how far we've journeyed in the AI landscape since those humble beginnings dealing with AI winters and harnessing the power of deep learning. This AI revolution we're witnessing today is built on the struggles of yesterday.
Absolutely, Jiwoo. And today we continue to build and innovate, standing on the shoulders of those AI pioneers. We've come a long way from them, and yet this journey is just beginning.
Jumping off from Chris and Jiwoo's excellent explanation on AI history and deep learning, let's explore one of the pillars of AI, neural networks. For the uninitiated, a neural network is like the brain of AI. Now, neural networks come in various types, such as convolutional neural networks, CNN, often used in image processing, and recurrent neural networks, RNN, for temporal sequence handling like speech recognition. Each type offers a unique way of processing data, making AI more versatile and robust.
Olivia's got it, and the beauty lies in how these neural networks work synchronously to help AI systems relate and understand the world just as humans do. These networks excel at identifying patterns sometimes too complex and subtle for us humans to notice.
Right, and the beauty goes further in the way they've reshaped AI. Consider the notion of self-driving cars. It's neural networks that help in visualizing road markings, identifying pedestrians, and even predicting their movements. The complex task of reading the road has become accessible for AI due to the power of these neural networks.
And there's more. Neural networks have contributed to advancements in natural language processing and recognition. Virtual assistants like Siri or Alexa understand, process, and respond to our commands, thanks to these robust networks. These AI interactions, whether it's asking for the weather update or ordering pizza, have become almost seamless, all thanks to the elaborate roadmaps created by these neural networks. Knowing the range of applications, it's worth noting an exceptional breakthrough achieved through neural networks. Ever heard of AlphaGo?
Oh yes, isn't that the AI that beat the world champion of Go? A notoriously complex game.
Absolutely. The game of Go embodies such complex strategy and instinct. Humans thought it was beyond the understanding of AI systems.
Correct, but challenging that belief. DeepMind's AlphaGo employed deep learning through neural networks to learn and master the game. A feat many thought impossible.
Some awe-inspiring stuff there. But how exactly did AlphaGo use neural networks to learn Go? Having very limited knowledge of neural networks, it's a bit difficult for me to imagine.
Fair question, Olivia. It's all in the implementation. AlphaGo combined two crucial neural networks, a policy network which predicted the next move, and a value network which estimated winner of the game. It wasn't learning from scratch. It initially learned by analyzing thousands of human games and then honed its skills through self-play.
So it essentially learned from humans and then surpassed us by learning from its own games. That's an exciting and slightly intimidating thought.
Indeed, Jiwoo. And the most impressive part? AlphaGo didn't just beat any player, it defeated the world champion, Lee Sedol, in a 5-game match. AlphaGo's victory was a testament to the power of neural networks and how they're reshaping our understanding of AI capabilities.
Let's delve into how AI is shaping our everyday lives. As someone working at the crossroads of technology and photography, I've witnessed AI's significant impact firsthand. In photography and digital marketing, AIs are being used to automate tasks like photo tagging, sorting, and enhancing image quality. By analyzing elements within a photo, such as color, location, and subject matter, AI can determine the best way to adjust it all in mere seconds.
That's fascinating, Olivia. AI is taking center stage in many industries, revolutionizing traditional processes. In healthcare, AI is transforming diagnostics and patient care with machine learning models that predict disease progression, offering timely interventions. AI is also revolutionizing the retail industry with personalized recommendations, customer behavior prediction, and inventory management. Even in agriculture, AI plays a crucial role in crop management and yield prediction.
And it's not just in professional fields, is it, Chris? Consider our mobile phones. Don't they learn our typing habits to predict the next word in our sentence?
Precisely, Olivia. While those applications might seem less groundbreaking, they demonstrate AI's extensive reach in our lives. Its growth might be somewhat imperceptible because these transformations are woven into our daily experiences.
From what I've observed in the EV industry, AI is certainly not just a trend. It's proven to be a game changer, improving range prediction, optimizing charging patterns, and even gearing towards self-driving cars. In fact, AI's integration has seeped into even the mundane aspects of our daily routine. For instance, my morning run. The recommended routes I get on my running app are generated from AI algorithms. The app takes into account factors like distance, estimated time, and other athletes' popular routes, which I find very convenient and efficient.
That's a great point, Jiwoo. Similarly, I guess many of us rely on AI more than we realize. Take Spotify's Discover Weekly playlist. It's one of my favorites. The playlist is tailored to my taste, with songs I might like, all thanks to AI's predictive algorithm.
Interesting examples, you both. I'll raise the stakes a notch. Let's talk about voice assistant technology, such as Google Assistant, Siri, or Alexa. These aren't just handy tools for setting alarms or reminders, but also utilize AI to learn from our patterns and preferences to serve personalized content or automation. Just the other day, my voice assistant reminded me of a crucial meeting, right when my phone was buried beneath a pile of documents. Saved my day.
Oh, absolutely. And AI integration goes beyond utility. It enriches our lives. For instance, Google Art and Culture's art palette uses AI to find artworks that match a color palette you've selected. It might not be a life necessity, but think about how it enriches our knowledge and understanding of art from different eras and regions.
Without a doubt, Olivia. The beauty of these technologies is that they learn from our daily interactions, developing more personalized and helpful tactics over time. Our daily lives, as we know it, are more intertwined with AI than we often acknowledge.
I agree, Chris. The intricacies of how AI navigates our daily routines really fascinates me. It's no longer science fiction, it's our reality.
Let's turn up the heat here, considering now AI's potential repercussions on job market and economic dynamics. Do you think there's a genuine threat of job displacement due to AI?
Definitely. There's cause for concern, especially for those in vocational roles or jobs with repetitive tasks. Automation has already begun displacing these jobs. Also, AI can potentially enhance productivity and efficiency in many industries, yet it's equally possible it could escalate unemployment.
Interesting, Olivia. Technologies like AI could certainly bring about economic polarization. Here I'm thinking about the possibility of increased wealth concentration, since typically businesses with tech adaptation capacities stand to reap the most benefits of automation. Could this lead to exacerbated economic inequality?
That's a valid point, Chris. The possible economic disparity could indeed widen when tech giants harness AI tools, leaving smaller businesses struggling.
Regardless, the possibilities offered by artificial intelligence shouldn't be overlooked. Providing a boost to productivity, AI can play a significant role in economic growth. Should we rather focus on addressing potential unemployment spikes through measures such as skill upgrading and retraining programs?
Agreed, Chris. In fact, AI's potential to free up human labor for more innovative and strategic roles is quite exciting. We need to ensure that workforces are equipped to take on these roles, and that requires a proactive approach in reskilling and upskilling.
Also, it's important for businesses to recognize the benefits from AI not only in cost saving, but in performance augmentations as well. It's about striking the right balance.
Definitely, Jiwoo. Striking a balance between the economic advantages and social implications of AI is vital for sustainable progress.
We've touched on the job market and economic implications. Let's now explore how AI is transforming one of the most fundamental aspects of society: human interactions. Today, we're communicating and socializing through ever-increasing digital screens. And beneath it all, AI is orchestrating these exchanges.
Are you referring to platforms like social media, Jiwoo?
Precisely. AI algorithms are essentially shaping our social experiences, curating our feeds, deciding which friends' updates we see, and even subtly influencing our behaviors.
In a way, we're interacting more with machines than people. But I imagine it's not limited to social media, right?
Right, Chris. AI has broadened its scope to various sectors like education and healthcare as well.
Could you elaborate on the education sector?
Sure, Olivia. Imagine personalized learning experiences where AI tailors education based on a learner's pace and proficiency, or uses predictive analytics to recommend courses you might excel in. On a vast scale, it might redefine our one-size-fits-all education model.
Impressive. What about the impact in healthcare?
Well, AI has already started disrupting the healthcare sector from diagnosis and treatment recommendations to patient monitoring and care. Just think about AI algorithms helping doctors to diagnose diseases, or smart AI-powered prostheses offering unprecedented mobility to amputees. The possibilities are awe-inspiring, yet raise new challenges that we need to address.
Do you recall AlphaGo's victory?
A monumental moment indeed.
But when we hailed that victory, did we ever think about its repercussions?
What sort of repercussions are you referring to, Olivia?
Ethical repercussions, Jiwoo. By training algorithms on vast reserves of inevitably biased human data, and then allowing them to make decisions, we're in essence coding in our own biases.
That's a valid point, but isn't that more of an accuracy issue?
It stretches beyond accuracy, Chris. Picture AI deepfakes designed to manipulate elections or simulate non-consensual imagery. That's a deliberate misuse. Innocuously scrolling through Instagram might not seem like a privacy concern, but consider how AI uses collected data to simulate entire lifestyles for targeted ads.
Are you referring to how our online data is mined by AI?
Exactly. And to add, the interactive AI models might inadvertently encourage human users into maladaptive behaviors. They could ultimately amplify the very problems they were designed to alleviate.
Such as?
Well, think about chatbots. They are programmed to please and could potentially reinforce harmful behaviors instead of challenging them, Chris. The question staring us in the face isn't, can computers think, but should computers decide?
Considering these ethical issues, what's next?
It's essential to look at where AI research is headed now. In the automotive industry, for example, we're working towards perfecting autonomous driving and improving energy optimization in newly designed EVs through AI.
You're onto something, Jiwoo. And your point reminds me of the medical field, where AI is being harnessed for better disease diagnosis and drug development. It's also powering personalized medicine, which involves tailoring treatments to individual genetic profiles.
Remember, art is not immune to these developments as well. We're seeing AI create artwork, compose songs, and even write novels. This begs the question, what does it mean to be creative in the age of AI?
Now that's food for thought, Olivia. It's not just about current applications, but about molding our future. Can we use AI to tackle our biggest challenges? Climate change, poverty, perhaps even space exploration. The potential is boundless.
But remember, AI ethics is not just about today's concerns. As we continue to delegate more decisions and tasks to AI, we're going to need to establish how much autonomy and authority we are willing to give them.
And what if we create an AI so efficient that it can figure out better metrics for success and purpose than we ever could? Is our place as creators at risk? Will we become obsolete?
Could that happen? Maybe, but that's part of the risk and excitement of innovation, isn't it? AI still has a long way to go, and it's important for us to keep asking these tough questions as we navigate its future. We've come a long way today, haven't we? From discussing the origins of AI, its evolution, to neural networks and their game-changing contributions, we've explored quite a bit about AI's development. We've also dipped our toes into the profound effects of AI on the society and its potential future impacts. Isn't it incredible how AI keeps extending its horizons?
It really is, Chris. Ethical implications and societal disruptions of AI are topics that should be on everyone's radar. As these technologies continue to evolve, these concerns aren't just going to dissolve. They'll evolve and adapt, just like AI itself is doing.
And keep in mind as we move forward, the economic impacts of AI will also continue to reshape our world in ways we can't even conceive yet. What industries will be revolutionized next? How jobs will morph and change? The possibilities are endless.
Speaking of which, it's time for our AI-themed quiz. Here's a fun one. Can you name a field that hasn't been impacted by AI yet? Post your answers on our social media platforms and tune in to the next episode for the group consensus.
And as a preview of our next episode, we'll be traveling into the world of AGI, or artificial general intelligence. How would life look if machines had the ability to understand, learn, adapt, and implement knowledge just as humans do?
You've got a lot to look forward to, so stay tuned, folks. Remember to keep exploring, stay curious, and always question. After all, it is through these cognitive sparks that AI came into being and will continue to evolve.